Recently, a video sparked widespread discussion. A man carrying a large piece of luggage walked into a subway car. Upon closer inspection, it turned out that he was carrying a sofa. He set the sofa down and sat on it comfortably, as if he were in his own living room. After sitting down, he casually started chatting with nearby passengers, showing no embarrassment at all. When it was time to get off, he calmly picked up the sofa again and walked out of the subway car with ease. This amusing scene not only made people laugh, but also drew attention to the phenomena of bench carriers in public spaces. In another video, an elderly couple brought their household rat in chairs onto the subway and sat on them leisurely. Some people even half reclined in their chairs as if they were back in their own living rooms. While some view this behavior as disrupting public order, others express understanding, considering it a helpless solution to certain circumstances. Even more interestingly, some people saw this as a business opportunity and began selling various portable chairs inside the subway carriages to meet the needs of the bench carriers. These chairs were designed to be lightweight and comfortable, and they were reasonably priced, which made them quite popular among passengers. Despite calls from the subway authorities urging passengers not to use these chairs inside the cars due to safety concerns, due to a lack of regulation, the phenomenon of bench carriers continues to appear in large numbers. The phenomenon of bench carriers is unique to China, referring to the practice of passengers bringing their own benches or chairs onto the subway and sitting on them inside the carriages. So many people, no seats at all. Here, I'll let you use this stool. A stool? Seriously? Yeah, look, super comfy. Just sit wherever you want. Plus, you can do this. How's that? According to a report from Lianhe Xiaobao on October 8th, the Shanghai Metro official account posted a message. We hope passengers act with civility when riding the subway and don't use your own benches inside the carriages. This statement once again brought attention to the phenomenon of bench carriers. According to Shanghai Metro Company, incidents of passengers bringing small stools onto the subway car are found each month, sometimes as many as 76 cases. The Metro Company prohibits the use of small stools to ensure passenger safety because sitting on a stool can easily lead to falling and being stepped on by others. Line 11 of the Shanghai Metro is the longest subway line in China, spanning across 5 districts in Shanghai. During peak commuting hours, the carriages are extremely crowded, making it difficult to find a seat. My commute is really long and I feel very tired, so I brought a small stool for comfort. Many people, in order to get more affordable housing, often live far from their workplaces, so they have to spend longer times on the subway. Using a small stool on the train can affect the movement of other passengers. During our inspections, if we find anyone using a small stool, we will also provide guidance to ask them to stop. However, we still see that underneath the signs prohibiting the use of personal small stools in the subway car, the bench carriers continue to use various types of stools to sit. In the above video, it can be seen that the bench carriers use the space to rest. Some are playing on their phones, and others open their laptops and start working. Their common characteristic is feeling too tired and just wanting to sit and rest. During peak commuting hours, encountering the bench carriers makes the already cramped space even more tense. Does it make you feel frustrated? But have you ever considered why there are bench carriers on the subway? Bench carriers can be divided into 3 groups. 1. Young people around 15 or 16 years old, who often don't care about the reactions of other passengers. 2. Middle-aged individuals frequently find a corner to sit in, either resting or playing on their phones, and try to minimize their impact on other passengers. 3. Elderly people who occasionally use their own stool to rest during the morning or evening rush hours. Regardless of the situation, they all indicate that long subway commutes can become unbearable and physically exhausting. We should have more understanding towards the bench carriers, especially in such a stressful era. Every ordinary person isn't easily coping with it. The bench carriers phenomena isn't unique to Shanghai. According to Chinese media reports, their presence can be seen on subways in many first-tier and several new first-tier cities. Similar to the situation in Shanghai, bench carriers often appear on subway lines that travel from the suburbs to the downtown and involve longer commute times. Some people view this practice as inconsiderate. During the morning and evening rush hours, when many people have no place to stand, having people sit on small stools can seem very selfish. Others argue that after working a full day, standing for an additional hour on the subway before heading home is exhausting and understandable. Some argue that the phenomena of bench carriers poses significant risks in the subway, but I think it's not as risky as people say. If someone is really tired and there's no seat available on the subway, they can sit directly on the floor. Does that pose a risk too? If they don't sit down, standing still in one place could be risky as well. So why would bringing a small stool be a risk? They might say sitting on a stool blocks the aisle, but isn't standing in the aisle blocking the aisle too? Moreover, those who bring a small stool are often taking a long subway ride, and possibly for 1 or 2 hours. If the ride isn't that long, why would they bring a small stool in the first place? Some people believe that the problem lies in the subway's design and call for a more human-centric approach, better seating arrangements, and more areas for passengers to lean on comfortably. Others suggest increasing the frequency of subways during peak hours to relieve the pressure on passengers. The Shanghai Municipal Transport Commission responded by stating that due to current subway capacity constraints, it's not feasible to meet these needs at the moment. The phenomenon of the bench carriers reflects the burden on urban public transportation systems, representing a typical manifestation of big city syndrome. It involves issues such as housing costs, regional planning, and the distribution of public resources, posing a larger challenge. Finally, let's take a look at other uncivilized behaviors happening in subway carriages. You have the strength to hit someone, you can't stand for a few minutes. This is how people reacted to the elderly woman in the video. This happened on the Hangzhou subway. On a priority seat for the elderly, disabled, and pregnant, a man was sitting next to a lot of luggage. An elderly woman asked the man to give up his seat, which was a normal request. But the old lady kept hitting him with the umbrella while aggressively demanding he move. Are you going to give up your seat? No. Are you going to give up the seat or what? Do you want me to hit you? Get up, how can you just sit here like this? The old lady said she was disabled, but she looked very healthy and full of energy, even hitting the man repeatedly with her umbrella. She kept questioning the man. Do you have any older people at home? No. Don't you have any parents, grandparents? Are they all gone? Are you like the Monkey King, born from a stone or something? Yes. The man was being hit by the elderly woman, but he didn't fight back. While he was packing up his luggage, the woman started hitting him with the umbrella again. Eventually, the man turned around and bumped into her, which caused the elderly woman to fall. Go ahead, hit me, kick me. The elderly lady might have been knocked over, but it doesn't seem like she was seriously hurt. Subway staff said that after she got off the train, she kept yelling at the man at the station. The man probably had a long, tiring day and really needed a seat to rest. But the lady didn't just demand a seat. She kept hitting him with her umbrella and yelling, which left him feeling super embarrassed and upset. Honestly, this is a form of moral coercion. What we really need isn't just surface-level politeness, it's genuine kindness and understanding for each other. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.